Okay, we're back, and we're getting ready for some men's basketball now. Herbert, Hoover, and Ripley about to play. We're going to turn it down to the court for the introduction of the starting lineups. Okay, here we go. Ripley and Herbert Hoover getting ready to go at it. As the last game was a defensive slugfest in the women's division, Charleston Catholic would defeat Herbert Hoover 34-20. It was 11-6 at halftime. Both teams played great defense but struggled from the field. As now we have for Herbert Hoover, we have Dane Hatfield, and for Ripley, we have number 4, Garrett Rhodes. And here we go. It's off. McVeigh with the basketball. He'll run the point for Ripley. And it's given over to Rhodes and to Justice. And they're going to pitch it inside. Post up, shot up. Good by number 4, Garrett Rhodes. And Ripley coming out pressing. It's going to be a full court man-to-man as the ball's nearly lost. And it's thrown over, taken inside, put up and in. Number 2, Jalen Sims with the bucket. As that's number 20, Blake Justice for Ripley now with it. He gives it up to number 4, Garrett Rhodes, and back to number 3, Cade Good. And lobbed over, 3 ball, up and missed. Ripley gets the rebound, puts it up, and it bounces in, and that's Garrett Rhodes again with the bucket. Here comes the press. Herbert Hoover now with the basketball. As that's number 13, Hatfield. He's going to launch a baseball pass down court, as they nearly had number 5, Riley Johnson, open under the bucket, but instead now we're going to bring it back out. That's Wesley Miller and number 13, Dane Hatfield. He drives inside, feeds it over to the corner. 3 ball up, in and out. Rebound by number 1, Brady McVeigh. He goes into the lane. He's cut off and gives it back outside for the 3 ball, which is good. Gets a shooter's bounce, does Cade Good. And just like that, it's 7-2. As now Herbert Hoover or Ripley staying in that full court man-to-man. As Hatfield, ball goes off his foot, he recovers it. And he's double teamed up top and throws it over. It's taken inside, mid-range jump shot, miss. Rebound into the hands of number 4, Garrett Rhodes. That's his second board. As now Ripley will take it up. And they fake the shot, go inside, spins, turns, cut off, and it's going to be lobbed back out up top. And screen coming as it's going to be lobbed into the big guy. He's going to go up again, miss it, get the board, miss it again, and this time get fouled. Garrett Rhodes is an absolute load on the inside, as he now will get the chance to go to the line for 2 shots. He's had 4 of his team's points, make it 5. Also had 4 rebounds, 3 of them being offensive here early. He's making his name known early, as he'll get 1 more coming up, although I think he's already had quite a season, as he'll get 1 more shot. And Rhodes' second shot and it's out. Rebound by number 4, Wes Miller. And Hatfield has it now for the Huskies. He's double teamed and gets it over to Brown. Inside, kicks it to the corner for the triple. Got it! Nice feed from Donovan Brown to Jalen Sims, and it's a 3-point game now. McVeigh drives inside. And he's going to be cut off tightly. Jumper by Good is missed and a foul. And we're going to see if that's a 2 or a 3. A little bit confusing. And Good is going to go to the line for 3. That foul on Riley Johnson, number 5. His first, the team's second. It's hard to tell because the high school 3-point line, when you look at the court, you see like a gold stripe. So it's hard to tell sometimes, I mean, from where my vantage point is at half court, like on the floor, whether their foot is on the line or not. So Good gets the second. And 1 more coming up. And some good things happening for Ripley as Good hits his 3rd free throw in a row. As it's now 11-5, Vikings in the lead. Hatfield throws it over. It's taken in, jump shot up and good. That's number 5, Riley Johnson. Great confidence in that shot, and it goes through. As Rhodes now takes it, he's cut off. He thought about the outside shot. Good defense from Hatfield. As that's on the corner, Sias, number 11, gives it out to Good. He'll drive and attack, put it up, miss it. Rebound into the hands of Hatfield, and he's going to push tempo. Hatfield jumper up and rattles out. And that's going to stay with Herbert Hoover. As now we have substitutions as it's inbounded and thrown across court. That's number 1, Brown, handling the basketball. And he'll take it into Hatfield. High post, Hatfield goes inside, goes up, scores. Good move from number 13, Dane Hatfield, and that's his first bucket. Matthew Stellato, number 0 with the basketball, one of the 2 that's checked in, him along with number 20, Blake Justice, who has the ball. Justice drives in, puts it up and in. And it's back up to a 4-point lead. Brown, down court, take it in, and powered up and in by number 4. That is Wes Miller. So now a 2-point lead again. As it's taken inside, kicked out. And give it up to number 0, Stellato. And back out to Good. He's had the hot hand, hit a 3, and is 3 for 3 from the line. And that one's taken away, but back out. 3 ball, missed. Rebound by number 1, Donovan Brown. No, taken away. Put back up and in by Blake Justice, and he has 4. So now Ripley again picking up with the full court press as number 3, Zach Arnold, and number 5, Connor Casto check in for Ripley. And a foul. And that's going to go against number 0, Matthew Stellato. That will be his first and the team's first. So now Hatfield, or no, that'll be Sims inbounding from the sidelines. And he'll get it into Brown. Brown, Sims, inside the high post to Hatfield. Brown fakes, gets it to Hatfield. He goes inside. Hatfield shot up, missed. Rebound, thrown. Hatfield tried to throw it off, and that's going to go back to Ripley. So now the Vikings with the basketball. It's thrown inside and hung on. Little jump hook by Casto, misses. Rebound Hatfield. And he's double teamed, and they're going to call a foul against Ripley. That's going to go against number 20, Blake Justice. That'll be his first and the team's second. Each team with 2 fouls right now. And I'm going to emphasize the foul rule again as number 1, Brady McVeigh, checks back in for Ripley. But there is no longer a 1-and-1 bonus at 7 fouls or a double bonus at 10. Every quarter after when the 5th foul hits, that results in, you could say, a double bonus or penalty. And the team that gets fouled will continue to get 2 shots the rest of the quarter, since the opposing team has already more than 5 fouls. Right now, no one really near that as Brown puts it up, misses, rebound, Good. And he's going to run with it, Good. Coast to coast, nice feed under the bucket to number 5, Connor Casto. And he gets it, the score. As it's inbounded, number 1, Brown. And he'll throw it out, and that's number 5, Johnson. He's on the line, sure enough. Oh, that's going to go back to Ripley. And here we go. That's number 0, Stellato, running the point. And he'll take it in. Stellato cut off, gets it back outside to McVeigh. And he goes in, wild shot, but I guess no choice as he was sliding down. Ripley's biggest lead so far has been 6. Herbert Hoover has not led yet in this one. As it's taken in and put up and in. I believe that was Wes Miller again. It was his second. Had an official block in the way. Yes. Now Stellato drives in against number 34 Logan Mills. Nice feed. It's put up and missed by number 11 Sias, but he's going to get a trip to the free throw line for 2. So Sias now, first shot up, and it's off. One more shot coming for Sias. As let's see, substitutions. Rhodes is back in for Garrett Rhodes, number 4, as is number 10, Davin Rose, R-O-S-E, as that one's missed. So 4 for 7 from the line is Ripley right now as it's thrown down to Mills. He's double teamed at midcourt, and he'll throw it across. 3 balls up and missed. Rebound goes to number 4, Rhodes. That's his 5th. As Davin Rose runs the point, and he'll give it up to McVeigh. Rhodes over to McVeigh at 10 seconds. And McVeigh at 7 at 6. Back to good for his second 3. Got it. Or no, missed it and went down. And at the buzzer. Oh, shots missed by Donovan Brown. And that's going to do it for the first quarter at 17-13. Ripley in the lead. You're watching the West Virginia Fellowship of Christian Athletes Hoops Classic here on Video Productions. And here we go, second quarter starting, and the lineup's on the court. We'll throw it in. And stats were pretty even for the first quarter, just about. Only difference was free throws, as Ripley got to the line 7 times, and it's taken away. And that's to the bucket, put and missed by Sias, and good there to tip it up and in. As now number 2, Jalen Sims has it. Throws it to Mills on the inside, back out. And the 3 ball's up and missed. Rebound by number 11, Sias. He's going to give it to Justice, who goes in. Sias, ball poked out and thrown away into the hands of Sims. It's number 2, Jalen Sims. Number 13, Dane Hatfield. Number 34, Logan Mills. Number 4, Wes Miller. Number 1, Donovan Brown on the court for Herbert Hoover. As Hatfield goes in, he kicks it out. 3 ball, no. 3 ball up, and this time still missed. Hatfield gets it on the corner. Good hustle from Hatfield to get the offensive rebound. Brown now up top. He gets it over to Willer, and back to Sims. Mills to Brown, and Brown doubled. He gets it over as they're still trying to get Sims open from downtown. As it's taken and laid up by number 4, Wes Miller. Lead back to 4. Herbert Hoover has not led at any point in this one, but they trailed by as much as 6. as now Brady McVeigh, number 1, number 4, Garrett Rhodes, number 11, Brandon Sias, number 20, Blake Justice, and number 23, Kay Good are on the court for Ripley. Taken away as Sims has the basketball. He'll give it over to Brown. Brown with the crossover. Takes the shot, wild shot, misses. Rebound, though, put up and missed, and a foul. And this is going to be the first trip to the free throw line for Herbert Hoover, as Ripley has hit 4 of their 7 free throw shots. Miller is going to go there. But Miller, of course, has not had a trip there. He has 6 so far in this one, make it 7. And he's going to go get one more. And Wes Miller. And the lead is cut to 2. Herbert Hoover drops back, the Huskies. And now that'll be number 1, McVeigh, that brings it, as Herbert Hoover going to more of a trapping defense. Looks like somewhat of a 1-3-1 half-court trap, as the 3 ball from the corner is in and out and then back in again by Blake Justice, and he now has 7. As it's thrown into Donovan Brown, he gets it to Hatfield. Hatfield brings it back, drives inside, pitches it over to Brown in the corner, and he'll miss the 3. Rebound by McVeigh. And Good thought about the 3. Good kicks it back out. Rhodes fakes. That's who I go to on the interior if I'm Ripley, as it's given out to the corner. And they're going to call him on the end line. That'll be a turnover. Or no, they're going to call an offensive foul. So I stand corrected on that. The second team foul on Ripley. That's going to go against Justice. And I'm sure Herbert Hoover fans are breathing a sigh of relief, because that is his second, and he will come out of the game now. As it's going to be inbounded, as number 2, Parker Boyd, is into the game for Ripley. As it's number 1, Brown. He gets it down to down court, and Hatfield over to Brown. And it'll go to Riley Johnson, number 5. And to Hatfield. Drives inside, puts it up, and it rolls off. Rebound Rhodes. As it's thrown down court, Good for 3. Got it. As now that's going to give the Vikings their largest lead at 8 as they pick up their press. And Miller will inbound. He gets it to Brown. Brown against McVeigh. He's double teamed. And a foul. That's going to be a reaching foul on number 2, Parker Boyd. And that'll be his first, the team's third. And that's a way potentially the Huskies could come back in it. The fouls, because they're only 2 away from the penalty, is Donovan Brown, number 1, with a circus shot in the middle, and now the lead is back to 6. 1-3-1 half-court trap defense coming from Herbert Hoover. As it's thrown up to McVeigh, he's going to launch it down court. 3 ball up and missed. Rebound by number 4, Miller. As it's inbounded down court, Hatfield, he's going to take it in, put it up, and miss it. Rebound by number 5, Connor Casto. And it's faked and goes up and misses. Rebound Logan Mills. And it's launched down court to Hatfield. He's going to drive inside, spins, turns, feeds Mills for the bucket. Nice feed from Hatfield to Mills, and the lead is back to 4. And Herbert Hoover will stay with that 1-3-1 half-court trapping defense. as it's launched across. Good from the corner. And in and out, and rebounded, goes to Ripley, and that one's missed. Rebound by Brown. And looks like it's going to be Huskies' ball. And substitutions. As in comes number 3, Zach Arnold, and number 11, Brandon Sias for Ripley. Brown against the pressure. Brings it up. He'll give it. 3 ball from way back is off. As Herbert Hoover 1 for 8 from downtown right now. Ripley is 3 for 7 as it's launched cross court. Taken inside, has muscled in. Nice pass and feed. And number 5, Connor Casto, gets the bucket. Impressive interior passing from coming from Ripley. As Brown lobs it over. And a timeout taken by Herbert Hoover. And it's going to be a 30, so we'll keep it here. So we'll take a look at the stats and see what's standing out. But right now, the differential, part of that is 3-point percentage, as Herbert Hoover only 1 of 8 compared to 3 of 7 for Ripley. And Ripley is also out rebounding Herbert Hoover 16 to 11 at this point, 6 to 3 on the offensive ends. But then again, second chance points are 7 to 6 in favor of Ripley. So other than that, not any real huge differences at this point. Teams pretty closely battled. Kate Good leading the way for Ripley with 11. He's 2 of 5 from downtown. And then Wes Miller with 8 for Herbert Hoover leading the way. I also think Garrett Rhodes is having an honorable performance. 5 points for him for Ripley and 6 rebounds. And here we go, as it's going to be brought up, and that goes out. Ripley basketball. As Casto will go to the bench, and looks like Rhodes will check back in. So now as we approach the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, Good launches it over. And Good has it up top and gives it up. Stellato takes it in, misses a floater. Rebound off and in the hands of Miller. And he dribbles out, gets it to Brown, and he's on the run. Brown and decides to bring it back. He don't have the numbers. And he'll give it to Hatfield. He takes it in. Hatfield kicks it out. 3 ball up. And that goes over the backboard. Riley Johnson's 3. They're getting the looks, the Huskies are. They just haven't been able to hit them at this point in the ball game, but they're only down by 6. As Stellato brings up the basketball, and he gets it to Good. So that'll be a foul. That'll be the first team foul on Herbert Hoover. That will go against Hatfield, number 13. That will be his first. As it's inbounded to number 0, Stellato. He'll take it, lob it across to number 3, Arnold, and back to Stellato. Arnold, they go inside. Rhodes with the jumper, misses. Rebound by Mills. As Hatfield runs and throws it across to Brown. And back to Hatfield. He's going to try the triple, and that one's way off. Miller tips the rebound back, and it goes into the stands. It'll be Vikings basketball. Neither team has scored in a good couple minutes. Ripley's hit 1 of their last 7. As Hoover now in the zone, as that's going to be 3 by Arnold. It's off. Rebound by Sias. Into the hands of Stellato. Now, however, Herbert Hoover has also had no points in the last 2 minutes, 36 seconds. 2:46. But so now a timeout taken. And that's going to be a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here. But I think right now, looking at it from a strategic perspective, Herbert Hoover, if I'm the Huskies, I mean, they're getting good looks. I might try to attack the basket a little more. I mean, you've got Wes Miller, who's 3 for 3 and has had some killer drives so far tonight. I don't think they've gone to him enough in that regard, even though he's leading the team with 8 points. I think I keep attacking with him. The 3 ball will come. But then with your Ripley, I think I'm looking at against this 1-3-1 trap. I mean, first off, you want to get the defense thinking. You want to move the ball around, swing it quickly from side to side. That's how you beat a zone. And then out of the double team, try to find somebody on a backdoor cut or somewhere that's open. As now Good will inbound the basketball. As we have under a minute to go, I wouldn't be surprised Ripley may hold this one out. As it's back up to Justice, who's back in. And a foul against number 34, Logan Mills. That'll be his second.
Foul number 34, Logan Mills, his second.
His second, so he'll go to the bench. And Sims will check back in for the Huskies. Justice with the basketball. The Huskies with 2 fouls, the Vikings with 3 right now. As Good has it, and he'll give it up to Stellato. Back over to Justice. Stellato with it. He'll try the triple and miss it. Rebound by Miller. And Herbert Hoover will have a chance for the last shot. It's lobbed over to Sims. He takes it to the bucket, puts it up, misses, but a blocking foul. And that foul's, that'll be Jalen Sims, shooting line at the free throw line, number 2. And the foul, I'm not sure. They said Boyd, but I don't think he's on the floor right now. As now Sims will get 2 shots coming up. And that foul went against Stellato. That'll be his second. And Sims will miss the first. And one more coming up, and it's good. This number 1, Brady McVeigh, checks back in. And it's taken away. Sims goes down the court, chased by Good, lays it up and in at the buzzer. It counts. What a play by number 2, Jalen Sims. And he cuts a 5-point lead to 3 at halftime. We're going to take a break and come back. That's going to be about a 15-minute halftime. We'll take about a 14-minute break. You're watching the West Virginia Fellowship of Christian Athletes Hoops Classic here on Video Productions. Okay, we are back. It's 27-24 at halftime. Ripley leading Herbert Hoover. And now we're getting ready to start the second half as that's been a wild one. Herbert Hoover has not led. Ripley has led by as much as 8. But Hoover has not led. And yes, with 4:35 to go in the second quarter, Ripley led by 8, and it was Jalen Sims, that number 2, that got a steal and a drive for the layup before halftime. I mean, that was huge, as that's what did it to cut the lead to 3. But statistically, the difference in the teams has been 3-point shooting. Right now, Ripley is one of 10. Or 3 of 9 from 3-point range. Hoover is 1 of 10 for 10%. Rebounding, Ripley has that advantage by a +4 margin. Let's see, points of the paint are only 2 points apart. Herbert Hoover has that by a 2-point margin. So, I mean, this has been a pretty good matchup, although Ripley has been on a little drought, however, over the last 2:44 of the half. However, as it's thrown in and put in by number 4, Garrett Rhodes. And that's 7.6 boards for him now. As Ripley picking up full court. Dane Hatfield inbounds. And he has the basketball. Hatfield, he's going to take it down, guarded tightly, and get it over to number 1, Donovan Brown. And nice feed inside, put up and missed by Wes Miller, but a foul. So that'll give me a chance to go through the lineups for Herbert Hoover. It's number 1, Brown, number 2, Sims, number 4, Miller, number 5, Johnson, and number 13, Hatfield, as that foul will go against number 1, McVeigh. That'll be his second. And Ripley, it's number 1, McVeigh, number 4, Rhodes, number 11, Sias, number 20, Justice, and number 23, Good. As the first shot's up and in by Wes Miller, and he has 9 points, 5 boards right now. He's going to get one more. It's good. It's back to a 3-point game. So now McVeigh handling the basketball. And he'll get it over. As Justice has it, he has 7 on the night. And now McVeigh, he's going to tried to get to Good, but denied. He misses a shot. Rebound, Dane Hatfield. Brown now on the run. He'll be pressured by number 11, Sias. He'll lob it over as number 5, Johnson has it, and it's back up to Brown. He's going to reset the offensive play. Brown guarded tightly, penetrates the paint, kicks it out, fakes the 3, does Johnson. He looks, he's trapped, gets it inside, and he finds Brown on the run and misses it. Rebound by number 4, Rhodes. That was a nice play from, as they go inside, does Ripley, and number 11, Sias, gets the point. It's back up to a 5-point lead. As Hatfield at midcourt now brings it up, and he'll give it up to Donovan Brown. And Sims with the ball. He feeds it inside as number 4, Miller, goes up for his 12th point. He is 4 for 4 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and the lead is again back to 3 as the teams are trading buckets at this point. As number 1, Brady McVeigh, gets the score and a timeout called. And I'm waiting to see if this is a 30 seconds. So, okay, so right now, in timeout situation, Ripley has used both of their 30 seconds. Herbert Hoover has used one of their 30 seconds. Both teams have all 3 of their fulls left. But looking at it right now, the second half, I mean, it was a 3-point game starting out in favor of Ripley. But the two teams have just been seesawing back and forth. And you could see both trying to attack the interior of each other's defense. And I think they're both going to the right spots, the number 4s. Wes Miller of Herbert Hoover has 12, 4 of 4, and he hit a pair of free throws this half as well. And that's overall on the night, but I think he has 4 this half. And then you look at Ripley, and they've been attacking inside. McVeigh got a bucket. They've done a good job getting it in there and attacking the inside, and getting Rhodes especially getting it to him as Miller on the run out catches it but unable to put it in, as he's going to bring it back out and give it to Donovan Brown. So they tried to sneak one against the press as Hatfield drives inside, goes up, scores! Dane Hatfield with his second bucket, and he now has 4. Good with the basketball, drives inside, and that's going to be an offensive foul. And that'll be the first foul on Cade Good, the second team foul of the half. As checking back in for Ripley. Let's see here, do we have a substitution? Yes, Parker Boyd's coming back in. As it's inbounded, Ripley continuing the press. They're going to back it into more of a three-quarter court as Hatfield now against Good. Drives inside, Hatfield to the bucket, puts it up, blocked, puts it up again, blocked, and tips the rebound out, and it's a 3-ball for the tie, missed it, rebound up, and what a physical game this has been. Bodies on the floor everywhere, and it's going to stay with Herbert Hoover. So now number 2, Sims will inbound it. And he gets it in. As Miller lays it in, it's back to 1. The Huskies have not led. They've trailed by as much as 8, but have not led in this one at this point. Justice up top, guarded by Miller, gets it over to number 1, McVeigh. He drives, posts up, goes up, and that's going to be a traveling violation. As a substitution, I think McVeigh was trying to get it around Wes Miller, and I think he just thought too much on it and went down. And that's hard to do because, I mean, there's a little bit difference in size there. As Brown will have it. Herbert Hoover could lead for the first time as he slips and falls, goes out, and that will go back to Herbert Hoover. As now Sims will inbound, and he'll get it into Brown. And over to Sims. Hatfield. He'll go inside, kick it out. 3-ball by Brown. Got it! And Herbert Hoover leads for the first time tonight. They are on a 16-6 run going back to the first half. Rhodes going to take the jumper. He'll miss it. Rebound by Miller. Hatfield on the run with the basketball now. And he's cut off by Good. No pun intended. Good defense from Good. As Dane goes up, puts tough shot, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Hatfield. That's going to be the second foul on Dane Hatfield. And that'll be the team's first. As number 5, Connor Casto, comes back in for Ripley. And here comes the zone. As Good has it on the outside. Quick ball movement from Ripley. 3-ball goes in and out. Rebound Wes Miller. And the ball's poked out. He gets it to Brown, who slows the tempo a little bit. Brown guarded tightly by McVeigh. Double screen coming. Brown into the lane, lays it up, and it rolls out. Rebound by Boyd. McVeigh now. They goes into the lane. It's poked out and back into the hands of McVeigh. As it's fake, jump shot up, mid-ranger, misses. Rebound Hatfield. Ripley without a field goal in the last 2:45. Hatfield inside. It takes the jumper. It's good. And a 4-point lead for the Huskies. As Good will run the point now and be met by Brown at quarter court. Herbert Hoover staying in that 2-3 zone. They went to the 1-3-1 half-court trap in the first half. As it's thrown in, they get into the teeth of the defense, and number 5, Casto, gets the bucket. A lot of depth on this Ripley team as Brown throws it over to Sims. And he'll get the offense set up and lob the ball back to Brown. As we approach the 2-minute mark of the third quarter, Hatfield gets it over to Sims and to number 5, Casto, and to Brown. Brown over to Johnson and back over to Sims. It's thrown inside to Brown, who lays it in, and he gets fouled. Donovan Brown, an excellent cut to the basket and good strength to follow through the contact and get the bucket, and that is 7 for him now, and he has a chance to make it one more. He has not been to the line yet tonight. That foul against number 1, Brady McVeigh, that is his third. And McVeigh puts the shot up. It's nothing but net. 6 for 7 from the free throw line is Herbert Hoover. And now they take a 5-point lead. They did not take the lead until the second half. They trailed by as much as 8 in the first. Stellato gets it back, good, and he'll miss the three-pointer. Rebound taken, put up, miss. Rebound tipped in, and Herbert Hoover has it. Brown attacking the basket. Brown, floater up and miss, and the rebound taken down by number 20, Justice. He'll go in, put the bucket up and miss it good, puts it up and in. Man, this has been a physical ball game, and I'll say that to the good. As number 5, Johnson with it now, gets it to Hatfield against the pressure. And Brown throws it. That's deflected out of bounds by Boyd. Good use of those long arms, and it'll stay with Herbert Hoover. As number 34, Mills, checks back in. He had a good bucket in the first half, and Hatfield will go to the bench for a breather. As it's thrown into Johnson on the wing. He fakes it, drives inside, takes it back out. Johnson guarded by Stellato, and he'll give it up to Brown. And back to Johnson, over to Sims. And he gives it to Brown, who drives in. Brown through traffic, pitches it out. Johnson for 3, missed it. Mills with the rebound and put back. Logan Mills with 4 now, and he has 3 rebounds as well, including an offensive board, and the lead is back up to 5. Stellato with the basketball now, screen set. He drives inside, puts it up, blocked out of bounds by Mills. As number 4, Rhodes, checks back in for Ripley, and like I said, that's who I go to if I'm Ripley. I've said he has been a monster on the interior. 7.7 boards right now. That's where they go. It's put up, and he's going to go to the line for 2 shots. And Rhodes, very lucky he did not pick up a technical foul on that play. Very lucky as he swung an elbow after the play at Logan Mills. As that foul is going to go against Logan Mills, that's his third. And I think the official's talking to him and to Mills. So now Rhodes will go to the line. He'll put the first one up, and it misses. He'll get one more, though. As now, let's see, that's going to be one more coming up for Garrett Rhodes. And the second one, that rattles in. So now Wes Miller is back in. He'll throw it into Brown. And he's guarded up top, and Wes Miller throws it back in, and against the pressure, as the Ripley pressure has its effect, and they will get the basketball here with 30 seconds to go in the quarter. And immediately, Coach puts Cade Good back in, understandably so for his three-point shooting, as does Sias come back in. And and it's inbounded. They go to Rhodes up top. Good for the triple, and good up, falls down. That's going to go out and good. I mean, he's such a nice shooter, but that's 3 or 4 times he's flopped on that tonight. And when he shot the ball, and that's something that won't get called. If I know he's wanting to give the appearance of a foul, but that won't get. And one time it might really happen, and the official will think it's just a flop when it's not. As now Herbert Hoover has it. That's Hatfield with it. He throws it across court. Donovan Brown lays it up and in, and it's a 6-point Husky lead. Herbert Hoover has it. It's nearly taken away by Hatfield, and it's going to stay with it's going to stay with the Vikings. They have 10.7 seconds left, as that's Justice inbound. He gets it into Stellato. Back to Justice. As they can get a 2 or a 3 here, trend this lead. Justice for the triple. It's off. Rebound Sias, and he gets it over to Rhodes, and that's at the buzzer. It's going to count. So Garrett Rhodes, a nice play at the buzzer. That makes it 44-40 in favor of the Huskies right now, as the Vikings are able to chip it back a little bit. And we're going to take a break. You're watching the West Virginia Fellowship Christian Athletes Hoops Classic here on Video Productions. That's right. As now it's going to be Herbert Hoover basketball, and it's going to be number 4 Miller, number 13 Hatfield. That's going to be number 2 Sims, number 1 Brown, and number 5 Johnson, as Sias deflects it out of bounds. For Ripley, it's number 1 McVeigh, number 4 Rhodes, number 11 Sias, number 20 Justice, and number 23 Good, as it's inbounded to Hatfield. And he'll attack the basket. Hatfield, mid-range shot, off, tipped up, and rebound goes to Ripley. McVeigh down court. He gets it to Rhodes, up top and back to Justice. Good speed inside. He puts it up and in. Even against a net that, well, I think the net got hit up, and still that, as Donovan Brown catches a pass at midcourt. And they throw it across to Johnson. 2-point game now. The biggest lead for the Huskies has been 6. Hatfield up top. He's going to give it over to Brown, and now to Miller. I get it to Miller on the drive if I'm Herbert Hoover. 3 from Brown. Missed it, and Miller, they're going to get him for pushing off. And that's going to be his second foul. So now that's going to be his second foul, and the team's, let's see, that'll be the team's first, as Rhodes up top, as Ripley could tie or retake the lead on this possession. They're going to go into the big guy. He puts it up and misses. Rebound by Miller. As Hatfield now, Hatfield against Justice, takes it, and he's going to spin away. Hatfield drives inside, kicks it out. Johnson from the corner, drives in, floater up, miss, gets his rebound, tipped in, gets knocked down, no call. And now it's going to be number 1, McVeigh, going the other way. McVeigh feeds it inside, and it's put up and in, and we got a tie ball game. Nice move by number 11, Sias Ripley, on a 6-0 run over the last 141. Brown Now against the press, gets it in to Wes Miller, and he's going to throw it outside to Johnson. He takes the three and misses it, air balls. As now I think Herbert Hoover starting to, you can see they're starting to tire a little bit out there. As that's taken in, given to number 11, Sias. Good for the triple, in and out. Rebound Miller. And he'll take it. Johnson, Herbert Hoover with numbers. Johnson, it's poked out by a good, and no pun intended, a good foul, as that's going to make Johnson go to the line for 2 shots. And again, you want to make him earn it at the line instead of getting the easy lay-in, and that's so hard to do when you're in a situation against 2 defenders. Riley Johnson has 2 points tonight, has not been to the free throw line yet. He'll put the first one up, and it goes in. He'll get one more. I feel like the pressure coming from Ripley, it didn't bother Herbert Hoover too much earlier, but now I feel like it's starting to rattle them a little bit as to how they're getting aligned into their offense. And Riley Johnson hits the second. As number 0, Stellato checks in. And Ripley and Hoover's going to go back to the 1-3-1 half-court trap. And it's thrown in, gone to the corner to good, and he got it. Ripley retakes the lead. As Brown has it up top, gets it over to Hatfield, and back to Brown. Over to Hatfield. When he gets the pressure, Hatfield drives inside, goes up and scores. Full court take by Hatfield, and it's back to a 1-point lead. And that's going to be Justice getting it outside. They go to the corner. Nice ball movement as the shot's in and out. Rebound by Big Logan Mills, and he's fouled. And I believe, is that? And that's going to go against Rhodes. That'll be his second. We got a couple on the court with 3. McVeigh for Ripley and Mills for Herbert Hoover. As Miller will inbound against the press. He gets it into Brown. Brown, he'll take it. Brown double teamed up top. Gets it back to Miller. It's taken away. Sias lays it in. And that's the second time here in recent stanzas that Ripley has been able to get a steal off of in the backcourt. And it's taken away again. As it's thrown to good, he drives to the bucket, puts it up, and misses, but gets fouled. And that foul's going to go on number 1, Donovan Brown. That'll be his first and the team's second. And that's what you have to do against the press. Not the guys, they're not really running up. You have to run up and demand the ball, especially when they send that trap up top. As Good hits the first, and he is 5 for 5 from the free throw line. He has 18 points. Has 17 right now. He's 4 for 4, my apologies, as he hits the second, and it's nothing but net. 18 now for Good. And it's going to be inbounded to Miller. And back to Hatfield. Hatfield lobs it to Brown. And back to Hatfield. As Hatfield guarded by Sias, he'll drive inside. Hatfield kicks it to the corner. Brown for the triple. Missed it. Rebound by Miller. Back to Brown. He goes into the lane, feeds Mills underneath, who goes up and in. And the lead is back to 1. We're under 4 to go in this one. Oh, this one has been back and forth. These two teams are tough as nails. As now number 20, Justice handles it up top. He's going to give it out to McVeigh. And back up to Justice. And he'll drive inside. It's blocked away. Taken away by Big Mills. And now it's going to be Herbert Hoover basketball. Hatfield takes it. He's going to back it out. And he's going to drive inside. Hatfield to the bucket, fakes, goes up, scores, and it's another lead change in this one. I'm going to click over here. It's because we have had a lot of lead changes. 5 lead changes in this game. It's been tied twice for a total of 1:20. As it's taken inside, missed, and bodies go everywhere for the rebound. And a jump ball possession arrow is with the Vikings. As it's going to be inbounded. Thrown good, fakes the 3, drives inside, and his pass is deflected, but Rhodes is there to put it in for yet another lead change. And a timeout called by Ripley, and I'm sure that's a timeout to adjust the defensive pressure in the backcourt. May see a different look from him, as that's worked quite a bit recently. It's going to be a full timeout. You're watching the West Virginia Fellowship of Christian Athletes Hoops Classic here on Video Productions. Herbert Hoover basketball, they trail by 1. Tight pressure coming from Ripley. It's inbounded to Miller. Miller, they're going to get ready to double team, and he robs it to Johnson. Johnson back over to Brown, and he gets fouled by Sias. That's a third team foul. Good sportsmanship from Good, helping both guys up. You can see he's fired up and happy to be here, no doubt, as number 13, Hatfield, will inbound and be defended by Sias. And he's going to throw it into Brown. Brown against McVeigh, the 2 number 1s going at it. He takes it and gives it over to Dane Hatfield. Screen coming from Mills. Hatfield lobs it over to Johnson. And he's going to give it back up to Hatfield. Screen coming from Wes Miller. Hatfield drives inside, cut off, and a tie-up. Possession arrow keeps it with Herbert Hoover. As Brown to inbound from under the bucket. And he looks, he gets it in, feeds Mills into the lane, and he's going to get the bucket. Logan Mills now with 8. The big guy with good spacing on the inside, and it's a 1-point lead here as we approach the 2-minute mark. As it's thrown to Good. That's the thing. If I'm Herbert Hoover, I make sure Good does not get to shoot the basketball. He goes in, misses the shot, rebound Miller. That's why I'm not a basketball coach. As Dane Hatfield takes it, he drives inside. Hatfield to the bucket, misses it. Mills there to tip it in. Logan Mills with his 10th point, and it's back up to a 3-point lead. Number 1, McVeigh up top, guarded by Hatfield. He gets it over to Rhodes. McVeigh, and a foul. And face guarding. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if I want Good shooting that basketball, if I'm Ripley and if I'm Herbert Hoover, I want everything to keep him from shooting it. That is the second foul on Brown, as that's 3 fouls apiece now on each team as it's lobbed into McVeigh. He's going to get it to Miller. And it's thrown out, and it's going to go back to Herbert Hoover. And again, it takes 5 fouls to get to the penalty, as each team has 3 right now, and Hatfield will inbound. He'll get it into number 1, Brown, and back to Hatfield. He'll drive in against the press, get it over to Miller. He lobs it into Mills, catches it under the bucket, goes up, and he goes up but was fouled, and I believe that's going to be before the shot. We'll see what the official call is. And that is going to be the 4th foul on McVeigh. He's going to have to be careful. Herbert Hoover with a 30-second timeout. So, I mean, if I'm Herbert Hoover, and I believe that foul was on the floor. I mean, if he gets to the line, I mean, obviously, if I'm Herbert Hoover at situation A, Mills gets to the line, he's going to get 2 shots. Obviously, you hope he hits him. If I'm in situation B, Hatfield's really turned it on these last few possessions. I go to him or I go to Wes Miller, who's 5 for 5 from the field. Miller is 5 for 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line with 14 points and 11 rebounds. Either Miller or Hatfield. If I'm Ripley, of course, you want to defend, and I think you want to keep him from getting the inside shot. Herbert Hoover is 2 for 16 from downtown. If I'm Ripley, I'm not afraid to take a little bit of a chance on that. I try to pack the lane and force them to have to do something else than driving like they have with their key players. As Hatfield goes into the bucket, puts it up, count it, and the foul. And that is going to go against number 11, Sias, his second. Hatfield gets to the line, and he has not been there today, and he'll miss the free throw. Rebound goes to good. A minute left, plenty of time, as this is a good shooting Ripley team. They can do a lot. Good from the outside. He throws it up, misses. Rebound out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Ripley. That's the thing. You have a lot of options. You have Good. You have Justice. You have some guys on the court that can shoot the basketball. As number 1, McVeigh will inbound. He throws it in. They go to Good again. And he's going to throw it out. Rhodes thinks about it. Instead, gives it out. Sias, he's going to lob it into Rhodes. You don't necessarily need a 3. And Rhodes gets the foul, draws the foul, as that's going to go against Hatfield, his 3rd. And number 13, Hatfield, and number 34, Mills, are on the court for Herbert Hoover with 3 fouls. And for Ripley, number 1, McVeigh, has 4, although he may come out on this next one. And that is exactly going to be the case. As good shot from Rhodes, he's going to get 1 more. Garrett Rhodes, 13.7 boards for him. He's a big, big, strong man in the middle, and he's going to get 1 more shot coming up. And it is off. Rhodes gets the rebound, though. He takes it out, takes the 3, misses it, and it's going to be tipped back in by Good. It goes off Hatfield, and it's going to stay with Ripley. Wow. 31.4 seconds to go. And Ripley calls a timeout. This one's going to be a full. We're going to take it as well. You're watching the West Virginia Fellowship of Christian Athletes Hoops Classic here on Video Productions. And we're back. It's 58-54 Ripley basketball. I think a player fell into a fan. God bless her. She got up okay as she was helped up. And now the guys diving all over the court for the ball. It's going to be Ripley basketball. Number 1, McVeigh inbounding. He looks and wanting to hit good. He gets Rhodes. Back up Justice with it. He's guarded tightly. Back to Good. He wants the 3. Good. Has the room. Takes it and misses. Rebounded by Hatfield. And he's going to be fouled. As now Brown looks like took a hit on that. And now that's going to send Hatfield to the line. Remember, both of these teams are now in the penalty. So anytime there's a foul committed, shooting or not, the player that's fouled will get 2 shots. As Brown up okay at midcourt. Hatfield's first free throw is good. And he's going to get 1 more. Hatfield with 13 right now, along with 8 boards and 3 assists. He misses the second. Good with the rebound. And that's going to be McVeigh handling the ball. He's going to drive, go coast to coast, cut off. Gets it out, 3 ball up and miss. Rebound by Johnson. So Riley Johnson will go to the line for 2 shots here with nearly 8 seconds remaining. I could watch these 2 teams play all day. I mean, it has been an even matchup when you see just the talent that's across the court and the different styles of play too. As Johnson will put the first one up and it rims off. He'll get 1 more. Johnson, who's now 2 of 3 from the line. The second shot up and it rattles in. And it's thrown into Good. He's going to take it, go up and miss it. Tipped in and rebounded by Miller, and that's going to do it as Herbert Hoover defeats Ripley 60-54. And what was a hard-fought game between 2 teams. Herbert Hoover trailed by 8 in the first half and made a valiant comeback to take a 6-point lead before Ripley would come back and threaten. The 2 teams seesaw back and forth before before Herbert Hoover took the lead for good late. And now we're going to turn it over to the court for the introduction for the MVPs. And, gosh, I'm glad I'm not a part of that committee because that's going to be a hard pick. We've had some good ones in this game. Okay, a big congratulations to Kate Good and Wesley Miller. And we are going to come back here in about 10 minutes, and we'll have our next game. It's going to be a women's game between Nitro and Riverside. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.